Welcome to Sci-Fi Bedtime Stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss new stories. A horrifying shriek ripped through the alien night as the Starlight Dream's crash echoed in Dexter's mind. Shattered, alive, and alone amidst the wreckage of a lost pleasure cruise, he found himself the sole human amidst a breathtaking assembly of alien women. Lumina, an iridescent beauty, lay pinned beneath a fallen bulkhead. "Hold on," Dexter whispered, his voice hoarse. He pried her free, her grateful gasp cutting through the acrid smell of burnt synthetics. Amongst the survivors, a fierce, metallic blue security chief named Niak and the telepathic Salivia emerged as vital allies. The alien world, veiled by craggy mountains beneath unfamiliar constellations, held a chilling beauty. Their shattered escape ship provided scant refuge, but Dexter, once a mere engineer, became the unlikely leader, guiding this motley crew of survivors. Their survival now depended on a shared strength, and a chilling predator, its bat-like wings, took aim, looming over their fragile sanctuary. A blood-curdling shriek ripped through the alien cavern as Dexter, shoving Sivia ahead, barely escaped the monstrous creature's grasp. Panic clawed at the survivors as the beast's massive talons tore the earth. Dexter snatched a pipe, his voice a battle cry. "Neo, with me!" Neo's exoskeleton shimmered, expanding to shield vulnerable flesh, and the pair met the creature's next horrifying attack head-on. Dexter's makeshift club connected with a sickening thud against the reptile insect monstrosity, while Neo wrestled with its razor-sharp claws. The nightmarish creature recoiled, its elongated head a horrifying blend of reptile and insect. Neo's enhanced strength pushed the beast further from their refuge, a final frustrated shriek fading into the night. Exhausted, Dexter turned to the huddled group, his voice strained. "Everyone all right?" Lumina's pulsing skin spoke volumes of fear, yet she nodded, while others murmured agreement, gratitude in their alien eyes. A new respect and a disturbing undercurrent stirred within Dexter's chest. "This was merely the beginning," Nio warned. "We must prepare for greater horrors." Dexter grimly agreed. "First Light, fortify this position. Gather resources. This will be a long fight." Adrenaline's surge replaced by crushing exhaustion, Dexter slumped against the cave wall, his mind reeling. He was stranded on a hostile alien world, the sole protector of a group of vulnerable and alluring alien women. It felt like a hollow novel come to life. "Pull yourself together, Hawkins," he muttered. "Lives depend on you." A gentle touch on his arm startled him. Sivia, apologetic, offered him a ration bar. "Thanks," he mumbled, the bland protein gritty. "You should rest. Big day tomorrow." Sivia's violet eyes locked onto his. "I feel safer near you," she whispered. Dexter's pulse quickened again. "Sivia." Her lips parted, a soft invitation. Dexter should pull away, but the day's terror and the promise of comfort proved too tempting. Their kiss was urgent, passionate, Sivia's cool skin shockingly electric against his. He forgot propriety, lost in the moment. When they parted, breathless, reality crashed down. Other women watched with a mixture of jealousy, intrigue, and disapproval. "I'm sorry," he stammered, stepping back. "That was unsuitable." Sivia placed a finger on his lips. "Hush. What's done is done, and I'm not regretting it." She gracefully retreated to her spot, leaving Dexter swirling in a turmoil of conflicting emotions. Dawn brought harsh realities. Ignoring exhaustion and curious stares, Dexter roused the group. "Listen up," he announced. "3 priorities: water, food, and shelter. Neo and I will lead search parties. The rest set up camp. Questions?" A delicate hand rose. Aldean, with her feathered hair, asked, "What about rescue? Surely someone will be looking for us." Dexter sighed. The Starlight Dream was off major shipping lanes. Consider the anomaly. We're on our own for now. A wave of worried murmurs spread. Dexter met each woman's gaze. I know you're scared. Hell, I'm terrified. But we'll survive this together. Now let's get to work. As the day progressed, Dexter's respect for his alien companions deepened. Despite their lack of survival skills, they worked with unwavering determination. Even the haughty Arcturian Duchess pitched in. Neo's military background proved invaluable. By midday, they had secured the cave entrance and found a spring. Food remained a challenge. Then Lumina's bioluminescent skin offered a solution. She could sense chemical compositions, identifying edible flora and poisonous plants. Remarkable, Dexter said, watching her. This could save us. Lumina, pleased, pulsed brightly. I'm happy to help. Perhaps later you can show your appreciation more directly. Dexter coughed awkwardly. Let's stick to the task at hand. He turned, only to find Sivia. Her expression was inscrutable. Your thoughts are very clear today, she said. Dexter winced. Sorry, a stressful morning. Sivia's lips curled. Among other things. But your secrets are safe with me. She glanced at Lumina. Though perhaps not for long, Before Dexter could answer, commotion erupted. He and the others rushed to find two women facing off. Nio and a crimson-skinned, a surge of fury ignited in Ned Baljuian's crimson eyes. I will not be dictated to by some insectoid in a metal shell. Nio's antennae trembled with a venomous rage. Adhere to protocol or face the consequences. Enough, Dexter interjected, standing between them. We have no time for this. Report to the security chief immediately. Agitation crackled in the mandibles of the Betelgeuse. This one refuses her duties, claiming such tasks are beneath her station. Dexter turned to Zur, the Betelgeuse. Is that true? Zur puffed her chest haughtily. I am a celebrated performer, not a common laborer. I will not degrade myself with such menial work. Understood, Dexter said calmly. But what will you eat? Where will you sleep? Zur faltered. I assumed others would provide. Dexter's voice sharpened. Everyone contributes. No exceptions. No work, no food. Simple. The Baljuian's crimson skin deepened. For a moment, Dexter braced for a violent outburst. Instead, her shoulders slumped. Very well, she muttered. What tasks do you assign? The crisis quelled, Dexter resumed organizing camp. A knot of unease tightened in his gut. How much more conflict would erupt? How many more challenges could he overcome before everything crumbled? As the alien sun dipped below the horizon, Dexter reflected. They'd achieved much in a single day, yet the road ahead stretched before them. The magnitude of their predicament, compounded by the presence of 20 captivating alien women and only one man, weighed heavily. One day at a time, he whispered. Survival first, the rest later. He had no idea how rapidly those later complications would emerge. Weeks bled into months. The unforgiving Zeta 5 landscape gradually became home to the survivors. Dexter watched with pride as their ramshackle camp evolved into a functioning settlement. The initial cave system transformed into a structured community. Private living quarters carved from the rock. Sweat beaded on Dexter's brow as he worked on Zeta 5's complex irrigation system. The dual suns beat relentlessly, deepening the tan on his skin. He'd shed his torn uniform, replaced by the sun-baked resilience of survival. You've worked tirelessly. Sivia's melodic voice drifted through the camp. The azure-skinned telepath approached, offering a cool container of water. Your thoughts are a tempest of calculations. Take a break. Dexter gratefully accepted the water. Thanks. We're close to optimizing crop yields if... Sivia touched his lips with a cool finger. Hush. Don't impress me with your intellect. I know your mind, remember? He grinned sheepishly. Right. Sometimes I forget. And what about your time with Lumina or Neox? There was a veiled challenge in Sivia's tone. Dexter's smile faltered. Sivia waved dismissively. I understand. Unusual circumstances. I don't begrudge you comfort. A commotion erupted near the camp entrance. Neox's voice echoed, demanding Dexter's attention. He rushed to the scene to find Neox holding a furious Zera, her crimson skin a deeper shade of scarlet. What's this? Dexter demanded. Neox's mandibles clicked. I caught this one hoarding supplies. She claims she's eating for two. Dexter's eyes widened as he noticed Zera's growing midsection. Pregnant? Zer twisted free. Yes, you fool. And whose fault is that? Silence descended. Dexter felt the weight of alien judgment. He breathed deeply, his voice steady. Let's discuss this privately. Now, Sivia, with me, please. Zer, join us. As they retreated, Dexter heard whispers trail them. This would be complicated. Inside, Zera turned on Dexter. What do you have to say? He raised his hands placatingly. Are you certain? How far along? Approximately 2 months by our reckoning, Zer said, her anger softening slightly. Yes, I'm sure. Betelgeuse females are quite perceptive about conception. Dexter nodded, his mind racing. Okay, we'll adjust your duties, ensure proper nutrition. Nio, can you? That's all? Zer interrupted. You get me pregnant, and all you care about is camp logistics? What do you want from me? Dexter snapped, his frustration palpable. An apology? A proposal? We're stranded, fighting for survival daily. I'm doing my best. Sivia gently placed a hand on his arm. A wave of profound unease washed over them. We need a collective pause, she murmured gently. This news impacts our entire community. Let's approach it with reason. NX's antenna twitched, mirroring the shared apprehension. The telepath is correct. We must consider the long-term implications. If one of our females carries a life, others might follow. A hesitant voice, barely audible, echoed from the entrance. About that. They turned to see Lumina, her luminescent skin pulsing with anxiety, hovering near the doorway. I think I might be pregnant too. Dexter slumped into a chair, his head buried in his hands. Magnificent, he muttered. Anyone else wish to drop a bombshell? Sivia's musical laughter cut through the heavy silence. Oh, Dexter, did you truly believe you could court half the camp without consequence? He glared at her. Not helpful. Neo, however, offered a different perspective. This development may be the very catalyst our colony needs. Dexter's eyes widened. Colony? We aren't… This isn't… Is this really happening? The security chief's voice carried authority. We've been here nearly half a standard year. No rescue. We are building farms, permanent shelters, and now, seemingly, the next generation. A heavy stillness descended, heavy with profound implications. Dexter's mind, where? She was right, of course. They were no longer castaways. Okay, he finally conceded. Okay, this changes everything. We need a community meeting. Let's lay everything on the table. No more secrets, no more hidden agendas. Agreed? The others nodded in solemn agreement, swiftly dispersing to gather the remaining members. Sivia remained behind. This isn't your fault, she whispered. We all made our choices. Dexter managed a weak smile. Thanks. I just hope they understand. The ensuing meeting was tense, emotional, and occasionally explosive. Dexter laid out the facts, acknowledging both Zer and Lumina's pregnancies. He braced for recriminations, but the response startled him. Well, it's about time, exclaimed Thara, an Andromedan with shimmering, scale-like skin. Some of us were wondering if you found us attractive. A wave of laughter erupted, easing the mounting tension. Dexter felt a burden lifted. "So, no anger?" he asked, cautiously. Nio stepped forward. "Anger, Dexter? You've sustained us, guided us, defended us. Now you offer a future for our people. Why would we be angry?" Whispers of agreement spread through the cave. Dexter was speechless. "Don't let it go to your head," Zir grumbled, a hint of amusement in her tone. "You've still got a lot of work to do, colony leader." The discussion evolved into a spirited plan for their future. Plans were crafted, roles reassigned to support the pregnancies. A renewed sense of purpose filled the air. As the others dispersed, Sivia approached Dexter. "Well, that went better than expected," she murmured with a smirk. Dexter chuckled. "No kidding. I thought they were going to toss me to the wolves of this strange planet." Sivia's expression shifted to seriousness. "They respect you, Dexter. More than that, they care about you. But this doesn't mean slacking off. They'll expect more from you now." "No pressure," Dexter muttered. "Speaking of which, is there something you want to share? You've been remarkably quiet about personal matters." The telepath's violet eyes twinkled with amusement. "Now, where's the fun in revealing my secrets? Don't worry, I'll let you know if anything changes. For now, let's focus on the immediate needs." Over the following months, the camp, now the New Hope colony, transformed. Dexter dedicated himself to preparing for the upcoming infants. Zir's pregnancy progressed rapidly. Despite her initial reservations, she grudgingly allowed Dexter to witness the early signs of their child. Lumina's condition was unpredictable, her bioluminescence fluctuating wildly. As Dexter juggled the needs of the expecting mothers and the advances of several others, a new challenge emerged. During an expedition, Thea discovered the ruins of an ancient structure. "It's incredible," she exclaimed, "like nothing I've ever seen. The technology, it's beyond anything in known space." Dexter immediately organized a team. The ruins were vast, extending deep underground. Intriguing symbols pulsed with a faint energy. "Can you make any sense of it?" he asked Sivia. She shook her head, her frustration evident. "It's like static, white noise." Their minds, utterly alien. Weeks blurred. Dexter, torn between the pregnant women and the enigmatic ruins, unearthed marvels of colossal power. Water purified instantly, breathable air conjured, even gravity bent. "This technology, we could reshape a world," Niox breathed, awe in her voice. "A true home, for us and our children." Dexter nodded, a whirlwind of possibilities swirling. But a chilling question arose. What happened to the ones who built all this? Why did they vanish? A scream, raw with pain, shattered the air. "Zira!" They raced back, finding the Baljuan woman writhing, crimson skin mottled. "The baby," she gasped. "It's coming!" Panic seized Dexter, yet he found a strange calm. "Sylvia, connect with Zira. Ease her pain. Neo, sterilize the supplies. Lumina, your light. Focus it." As the colony surged into action, a new dawn approached. Zara's cries crescendoed, twin suns painting the horizon. A new life, a turning point. Dexter cradled the infant, a fusion of their worlds, and a deep shift occurred. This wasn't survival now. It was creating a future. Months later, Lumina's child, shimmering light, mirroring the sun's. Yet dangers swelled. Dexter shielded his eyes, the sky a furious red. "We can't last forever," Niox stated. "Our makeshift systems are failing." Dexter grimly agreed. "We need a solution, or an escape." Niox, shocked, asked, "Leave after all this?" "We have to consider every option," Dexter said, "for our children." They reached the heart of the colony, now a vast complex. Sylvia, eyes closed, focused on ancient tech. "Any progress?" Dexter asked softly. Violet eyes opened. Perhaps. I've cracked some transmission protocols. A signal off-world. Excitement mingled with caution. Amazing! But who will hear it? Niox urged. We must try. For the colony. For our future. Every hand contributed, a desperate hope fueling them. The whispered conversations, the sidelong glances. Something was changing. As the signal device neared completion, Sylvia confronted him. We need to talk. All of us. The entire colony gathered. Zara held her child. Lumina's offspring, a tiny star, hovered. What's happening? Dexter asked, apprehension growing. Zara spoke. We've been discussing our future. If help arrives, then what? The realization crashed upon him. Of course. The children. They were hybrids, a union impossible elsewhere. How would they be welcomed? More life bloomed within Olivia and I. We also carried children. Your children, Dexter stumbled, clutching a console for support. 5. 5 children from 5 different races. The implications were terrifying. I don't know what to say, he stammered. There's no need to say anything, Sylvia soothed. We aren't asking you to decide alone, but you needed to understand our situation before we activate that transmitter. Dexter nodded, slowly. You're right. This affects all of us. We'll decide together, as a colony, as a family. The word felt foreign, yet undeniably correct. Whatever was coming, they'd face it as one. The day they flipped the signal transmitter. Dawn, stormy, foreboding. Dexter stood in the command center, which they had patched together with the others. Tension crackled. Ready? He asked, meeting each gaze. Affirmative nods answered him. Dexter inhaled deeply and flipped the switch. For a heartbeat, nothing. Then, with a surge that dimmed the lights, the ancient device roared to life. A beam of energy speared into the turbulent sky, parting the clouds like a cosmic blade. Now we wait, Sylvia whispered. They didn't have to. Hours later, proximity alarms from the wreckage of the Starlight Dreams blared. Something's entering the atmosphere! Battle stations! Neo barked, instincts roaring. The colonists scrambled to defensive positions, makeshift weapons at the ready. Dexter's heart hammered as he peered at the view screen. A sleek craft descended. It touched down with impossible grace. Hold fire, he ordered. Let's see what we're dealing with. A hatch opened. A figure emerged. Humanoid, but alien. Its skin shimmered, eyes like liquid silver. Greetings, a melodious voice echoed, resonating within them. We received your call. We are here to help. Dexter stepped forward, heart pounding. Who are you? The silver eyes locked onto him. We are the Guardians, Watchers of the Galactic Fringe. We've monitored this sector since the precursors fell. The precursors? Sylvia breathed. The ones who built the ruins. The Guardian nodded. Their civilization spanned galaxies, but fell. We've spent millennia ensuring their technology does not fall into unprepared hands. Its gaze swept across the colony, though some have found worthy inheritors. Dexter's mind reeled. So you're not here to rescue us? That depends, the Guardian replied, silver eyes twinkling. On what you want to be rescued from. We can return you to your home worlds, or, it paused, we can offer a choice. Over hours, the Guardian proposed an offer that left the colonists stunned. There were other worlds, planets seeded with precursor technology, awaiting inhabitants to claim them. The Guardians sought worthy candidates. Your colony is unique, the Guardian said, a blend of species and cultures we've not seen since the precursor's peak. You've proven your adaptability, your ingenuity. If you choose, we can take you to a world where you can build the future you've begun here. The colonists erupted. Dexter felt a wave of emotions. He raised a hand, calling for quiet. "This is beyond our hopes," he said carefully, "but we can't decide lightly. We need to discuss, consider everything." The Guardian inclined its head. "Of course. We await your decision." As the alien retreated, Dexter turned to his people. They were his now, he realized. The bonds transcended circumstance. "Well," he said, a wry smile touching his lips, "looks like we have some thinking to do." The debate raged through the night. Some, like Zara, pleaded for accepting the offer. Others, including Niak, expressed doubts. Dexter listened, weighing each perspective. As dawn broke, bathing the colony, a consensus emerged. They would go. A fresh start, with unity intact. The Guardian's ship was huge, accommodating the entire colony. As they lifted off, leaving behind the world, Dexter felt a pang of nostalgia. "Having second thoughts?" Sivia asked beside him. Dexter shook his head. "No, just reflecting on how much has changed, on how much we've all changed." Via's gentle squeeze in his hand was an anchor. He turned, truly seeing her, the azure beauty who had been his steadfast confidant and unwavering partner through every trial. "No," he murmured, a quiet affirmation. "It never is." Their new home transcended every wild dream, outshining even the Guardian's grandest visions. It was a verdant Eden, a canvas of breathtaking beauty, strewn with the silent, majestic precursor structures yearning to yield their ancient secrets and be repurposed. The colonists, galvanized by their trials on Zeta 5, poured their collective spirit into the land, swiftly forging a vibrant, self-sustaining settlement. Years dissolved into the swift current of time, blurring into what felt like mere moments. From a sun-drenched hilltop, Dexter gazed out, not upon a struggling colony, but upon the sprawling, vibrant city they had painstakingly forged. Below, a symphony of joy rose from the streets as children of a dozen diverse species played, their carefree laughter carried aloft on the gentle, warm breeze. In the shimmering distance, the ancient spires of a precursor archive pierced the cerulean sky, its profound secrets gradually unveiling themselves to dedicated minds. "Papa!" A vibrant cry, brimming with life, cut through the air. Dexter turned just as his eldest, Zara's daughter, surged up the incline, a blur of motion. Her crimson skin seemed to drink the sunlight, her bright blue eyes, unmistakably his own, sparkling with unrestrained excitement. "The Council requires your presence. Something about a new deep space expedition." Dexter's rich chuckle rumbled, his hand gently ruffling her radiant hair. "All right, my dear. I'm coming." As they descended into the bustling heart of the city, Dexter's mind reeled, awestruck by the improbable journey that had shaped his destiny. From a solitary engineer aboard a mere pleasure cruiser to the visionary leader of a flourishing interspecies civilization. A fleeting shadow of memory, the Starlight Dream's catastrophic demise, flickered across his thoughts, prompting a whisper of what might have been. But the fleeting introspection vanished as quickly as it came. The vibrant chorus of his children's laughter. All his children, from Zira's fiery, spirited offspring to Lumina's luminous, brilliant prodigy, swept him back to the vibrant present, to the boundless future they were crafting hand in hand. This wasn't merely the life he had once envisioned. It was infinitely grander, immeasurably better, a profound tapestry woven with joy and purpose.